NBA History Channel, is powered by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network.
You're listening to Showtime with Coop, insightful BS with my Laker teammates, as you saw with Michael Thompson, and NBA legends. This section here, Nick, we're going to talk about Hall of Fame. And, I've been very, very blessed and fortunate to be going to be inducted on October 12th or October 13th.
13th.
And what I want to talk to you about, Nick, is three things, okay? What makes a Hall of Fame player to you? What are some of the criteria for a Hall of Fame player?
Winning multiple times, having an impact on multiple, I'm going to say genres, but I'm national or NBA. I think staying with the same team for an extended period makes a big difference in that. But ultimately, it's what's your contributions to championships and how many did you contribute to? And then, of course, the extra stuff, if you're on the radio or the TV, coaching. I mean, so it's pretty broad. It's a hard criteria today, I think.
Well, that's what I had down. Some of the things I had down was obviously your playing career, all-star, being all-star selections, championship selection. For me, what you do in your community, and you kind of alluded to that a little bit about off-court stuff, okay? As well as all NBA teams. Let me ask you this, and you already said it.
What about all defensive teams?
Well, that's still, yeah.
Okay, all NBA, right, so
that
right,
encompasses
okay.
it, every NBA or whatever you want to call it. And I think you already said it. Should coaching be considered?
Yeah, I think it should.
That's for sure. And for me, it is such a hard selection for many players to get into the Hall of Fame. And, what was it, 35 years after my career, I'm finally getting a call and I'm really enjoying it. But let me ask you this, Nick. Who should be next? Give me three or four people, three to five people that should be next. I'm gonna throw some people at you.
I'll throw some.
Byron Scott.
I think he should be considered.
Okay.
Yeah. He was never an all-star, but he certainly contributed to championship teams. I know you're going to laugh at me because he's my buddy, but I think Cedric should be considered
for his
his college career, playing, and then MVP, and then of course broadcasting for the same team for 40 years. Who else? I mean,
Robert Horry.
Robert Horry's and that's championships, though. Yeah. But that's championships really in big shots, I guess.
Yeah.
I had someone at the tip of my. Chauncey's getting in with you, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is Chauncey in your class?
Yeah.
So what about Iguodala?
Andre, I think he should be considered.
I think so too, especially if you're going to consider Max. Yeah, I mean, those are my three. I think B. Scott could be Byron could be there for sure. For sure.
I think he encompasses.
I think Norm could be there too.
Norm Nixon, yeah.
And
Byron, with obviously his community work has been great here in Los Angeles. I know that because I'm around here, but other people need to know that. And then his coaching career. He's
coaching,
remember, he's coached and handled some of the greatest players that's ever played this game.
For real.
Young Kobe, and then going
to tough Kobe.
So
how about I was gonna ask you about somebody and it just slipped right out of my head.
Well, that's
as soon as I was gonna ask.
Old Nick, when you get
old.
I
feel old today, Coop. I don't know. Maybe it's the weather in Boston. I feel old today. I mean, I think I actually looked at you, Max, and DJ kind of all on the same level and I looked at when DJ came in and I thought, okay, so now they're going to start to really, take care of bring in some of the players that contributed to titles that were kind of a lot of the unsung heroes. You would certainly be one. Max would be one. I hope that the NBA, I wanted you in there so bad. You know that more than you, maybe. I don't know. I used to bust your balls all the time. I want Max to get in, Cedric Maxwell. I really do.
My two I'm pushing hard for. And again, I've heard that there's a behind the scene thing going on, and I'm trying to get involved with that. But pushing hard for Byron Scott.
I can see that.
Max, Although I hate him because of that comment he's made with if the Lakers were on fire and I had a cup of water, I'd pour it out.
Just because that's an iconic statement. You can't hate it. You wish you said it.
As much as I hate it, I love that statement. It took balls to say it.
If you want to make a memory, you got to go to Game Time. All right. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you all the incredible deals and the great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of seats. You've got the super deal, and they make it easier to find the best price on great seats. And I think this is so cool is when you click on the ticket, right? You go to the app. If you want to go to a game in Boston, you want to go to a game in New York or Philadelphia, whatever, you go to the city and you click on the game you want to go to, and then they just show you a great easy to read layout of the stadium, and then you click on the seat you want, and then you get a view of the seat right from there. Boom, you know what you're buying, so you get seat views before you buy, and they have the lowest price guarantee toggling here with the Game Time app. Now this feature shows the total upfront, no surprise fees at checkout, so you know what you're dealing with. You don't click on the button after and you go, wait a minute, what's that extra $20 for? Also, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference for the lowest price guarantee. They have the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you up to 100% of the difference. So take the guesswork of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Robert Horry, I'm pushing hard for Big Shot. I think, to have 8 championship rings with 3 different teams, I mean, that's unheard of.
That is unheard of. Well, and it's the definition of glue almost, right? Because exactly. Yeah, and if you think about it, he's up there with Russell, Jordan for most championships, right? Yep. I mean, and all those Celtics guys who are in there. I mean, he's got 8 titles. He's there. I think he's got 2 titles behind Havlicek. He should be considered Horry. Horry should be considered for sure. Oh, I know who popped out of my head. Rajon Rondo.
Yeah.
Not a first ballot, but he's in there in 10, 12 years probably, something like that. He's not a first ballot.
Yeah.
Do you think he is?
First ballot?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't care when they get in, as long as they get in. Yeah. 35 years to get in. So, but let's hope that those guys, the wait is a little bit shorter. But those are some of the people that really should be considered. And I know the process behind it. Probably, I mean, we're talking just about those 3 or 4 people, but there's other players out there to the 60s, 70s that should be in that's not in the Hall of Fame.
Don Chaney. I don't think Don Chaney's in the Hall of Fame. Talk about a coach, a player. Is Dave Bing in the Hall of Fame? Should be.
So. I think Dave
should be. I mean, he should be, right? So, there's a lot of guys. But Rondo, I don't think he's a first ballot, but he won a championship with the Lakers and the Celtics. Him and Casey Jones as a coach are the only guys to do that, I think.
Yeah.
There's been no other players that crossed over like that. And in the way he did, he made such a big impact on that 2020 Lakers team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think off the court stuff is equally as important, and it doesn't get talked about enough when you talk about the Hall of Fame, I think.
And then Rondo is involved with that TNT league. I think he's a coach or coached one of the teams this year in that team. So he's spreading the wealth on that.
Coop, if he could contain his emotions, he would be an amazing coach. He's a brilliant guy. You know him. I mean,
for sure.
I'm sure. Yeah. So yeah, man, those are my choices. That's a great question. I'm glad to see you're pushing for Max. So I'll make sure to tell him. He'll want to come on the show now.
Okay.
Why didn't Coop invite me on ever?
Tell him if he's on fire, I'm gonna sit and watch him burn.
Well, I'll send this to him.
And there you have it, Nick. A new later edition.
Wait. You did not even mention Kareem, Magic, and Worthy. Do you want to save that for your induction, or do you want to give any insight to your listeners?
Listen, you're gonna be impressed. But yeah. So that I'm not giving that up yet.
All right, you say that.
We'll talk about that after it happens and stuff like that. But that's
I might bring a camera crew just to document
whatever you want to do, Nick. It's gonna be on then.
Coop, I don't care if this is on the film or not. Do you have to wear a black tie to this?
Yep.
It is a black tie, right? So I gotta go get a suit. Is it a tuxedo or a suit?
You can wear a suit. Like my kids are wearing suits.
Okay, so I'll just wear a black suit.
Yeah.
I can't wait, Coop. You're going to be so
It's
close to
almost here.
Boston.
What are we? Three and a half weeks
Yeah.
ago? So it's
Yeah.
almost here.
And 2 days later, I'm home for that, and then 2 days later, I leave for Italy for a week before the season really revs up. I'm trying to get all my.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. They've got over 5 million active members. Look, it is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Now, unlike all the other apps, Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. That's it. Now, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right. Only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss this deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. Now, here's an example of a player projection lineup. You could be going Tyreek Hill for more than 90 receiving yards or Dak Prescott for more than 263 passing yards. On the other end, Josh Allen for less than 240 passing yards and CeeDee Lamb for more than 96 receiving yards. You like those picks? So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Traveling in. But Coop, you're going to be so close to the Garden. We might be able to get you to a preseason game.
I doubt that, but that's another story. Okay, Nick, when you go to Italy,
Yeah,
you ask somebody, and you have to ask somebody that's in the sporting world of basketball. Ask them, Doma de Pala.
Doma de Paula.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What
is it?
That was the first.
Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. Where'd you play?
Huh?
Where'd you play? El Messaggero?
Yeah, I played in
And
Rome.
that's gone now, right?
Yeah, but they're another team now. But I probably one of the best years I had in playing basketball because it was free. The stress of winning a championship
Good money.
was still on. But it was such a wonderful place. Italy is just beautiful, man. I was in Rome.
That's where I go.
Traveling around, you got to go around the boot and see other places, and ran into other NBA players. Michael Ray
for
Richardson,
sure.
Bob McAdoo,
Brian Shaw.
The late great Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins. It was so fun. I had a lot of fun.
Did you play when Brian Shaw was on El Messaggero or no?
I took his spot. Him and Danny Ferry, the one left. I came in after them.
That's awesome. So when I was there last, because that's where I go, I was talking to the locals about Il Messaggero, and they're all showing me the new team. I guess it got bought out or something.
Yeah.
But they paid really well, didn't they?
Oh, yes. The Ferrucci brothers. They ran the cars. What's the car? The fast
Ferrari?
car?
Ferrari?
Yeah. It's called the Ferrucci brothers, but the whole stock car racing, they owned all of that. So they bought the team, and I you know what? Played with another Celtic, Dino Raja. That was
Dino Raja. There's a Hall of Famer.
I love that guy. Huh?
That was a questionable Hall of Fame induction, Dino Raja. People here were like, why is he getting in the Hall? But they forget how good he was overseas.
I feel like the guy could play, man.
He could play basketball.
Soft as tissue.
He's soft as tissue. He's like AD. There you go.
I roomed with the guy, and all he did was smoke. It was like Vlade.
Really?
He sit by the window and blow it out. I said, Dino, how you gonna be able to get up and down the floor? Cooper, don't you worry about that.
Coop, you want to hear something funny? I won't say where it came from, and it's not Max. But I have on good word that someone who knew him, that Larry Bird was a pretty heavy smoker in the mid-'80s.
No kidding. I mean, well, Will Chamberlain was a heavy smoker in the 70s.
Well, I know, and so was Tommy Hind. They all were. But did you ever smell smoke on Larry or no?
No, never smelled smoke. He better not be smoking without me. Because I was turned on the jets and had them lungs was burning. But Nick, there you have it. Another one in the can, baby. Love you, Nick, and I'll be
talking to you, Coop.
next Friday. I'm hoping to have a really good. Another. Not
Stop
Matt.
teasing.
Yeah, not that. I'm gonna have a great guest speaker next time, a guest on the show. Nick, I love you, man. Glad
Coop,
to be
you're
back.
the best.
Get some
See you next week, baby.
Like that.